Hey, yo, B. What's going on, everybody out there? Mr. Sandman signed it back in real quick. And finally, yes! It finally happened. The Last of Us 2 had dropped last night. I remember when I first heard the news that they was going to actually do a movie at first. It was like years back. I think I read it in a Game Informer. It had to have been a Game Informer. I had read an article that they was gonna actually do the Last of Us movie, and I remember at the time I think I was talking to my lady about it because she also played the game. We both played the game. I don't know if she finished it. I know I finished. I finished that game like a couple times. Shit, probably even more than that. That game never gets old. But shit, I might end up playing this shit after this. After I do this video. But anyways, I remember I was explaining to her. I was saying that only a movie, nah, like too much. So much happens in that game for it to just be a movie. If that was the case, the movie would be as long as Roots. You know, the movie would be like 4 hours long or something like that. And even maybe that won't even suffice. Like a lot of stuff happens in that game. So I'm glad later on down the line they decided to basically make it a series and then put it on HBO. Whew, great channel to put it on, or streaming service to put it on. And not only that, they had the actual people, like they had Naughty Dog involved, they had PlayStation involved. Man, yo, shouts go out to Naughty Dog. Naughty Dog came a long way. The next thing y'all should do is a Crash Bandicoot movie. What's taking y'all so long? Y'all got Last of Us out. Now it's time to do Crash Bandicoot. You already got Sonic, you got Mario about to come out. Hey, it's only right, Naughty Dog. Make it happen. But back to Last of Us. You know what I'm saying? I like that they got involved with the whole project because you know how Hollywood does. They would just go along with a movie, what may have you, and you know they won't even know the actual source material. They just looking for a quick cash grab. But I love how they, got PlayStation involved. They got these dudes involved, Naughty Dog. Definitely appreciated that. And I also appreciated the fact that they really got in depth with everything in the first episode. They gave you more in the actual show than the game. Like they went more in depth when it came to Joel and his daughter, you know, basically her giving them breakfast, making them breakfast, and then you had Tommy coming through having breakfast with them. Like you could see that, this dude Joel is into construction, what may have you, and Ellie going to school, and she wanted to celebrate his birthday, and you know the fact that she stole that $20 from Joel, and stuff like that. They didn't put in the game, and I like the fact that they actually had the actual stuff that happened in the game, like her giving him the watch for his birthday, and you know how they just all had like the costumes or the clothing they had so identical to the game. Like they really had everything to a T. If not everything, most of everything to a T. The clothing, the attitudes, you know what I'm saying? Personalities all together. I loved it. The daughter, I don't know why the daughter had to be biracial. Looked like she was biracial. It's a little nitpick, but it's whatever. You know, she still did a good job as a daughter. Um, I like, and there's gonna be some spoilers. I'm gonna let y'all know now. I'm sorry I didn't let y'all know from Jump Street, but I will put it in the title. There will be spoilers, but not too much. I'm trying not to spoil too much. I also like the fact that Like yeah, like basically the whole thing, like how it looked like the game, and then you also had like at the top of the show, you had these dudes on like a talk show, what may have you, these scientists on a talk show talking about basically getting into depth of the actual the pandemic, and it was that talk show happened like in the '60s, and then it hit in like the year 2004, I think it hit, and then after that they went into modern time after the whole pandemic hit. Like they went into basically, I guess they went like years later to 2023. I think it was. It was 2000, I think it was 2023. Yeah, and that's when they showed the dilapidated city. You know, given the fact that the world is different now, Armageddon done happen. You know what may have you, and I like how they had everything. Just look, everything looked so amazing. The buildings that was corroded and tilted over, and you actually see the um just everything as a whole. You know, the actual like going back to the clothing. It's like every single scene they had the actual clothing of like in the game. It's like whoever did this, they actually played the game. Like the director. I want to see who the director was that did this shit. That's why I should have looked up. Man, let me see if I can look it up real quick. See who directed this, if I can, real quick. Give me 1 second, y'all, because that dude was spot on. And I know, yeah, they had these dudes. They had these dudes, PlayStation and Naughty Dog involved, but the attention to detail was so amazing. I'll look it up some other time. I'm not even gonna put y'all on. I'm not gonna let y'all wait for that long, but you know. I also like the part where they were trying to escape. They were trying to leave town, trying to go to Mexico, so to speak. And then you know the scene when they had was mass hysteria. Everybody was running, and you know it was just nothing but craziness. They got more into depth with that. They show cop cars, um, just going crazy, going through everybody. Well, not really running anybody over, but going to like emergencies here and there, squad cars. You seen planes coming from the sky, like about to crash. It just looked amazing. I couldn't even imagine the budget that they had on this shit. I like the what going back to what I was gonna say from before. I like the part where when Joe's daughter had got shot by that soldier, and they had that emotion, just like how they had in the game. This dude, let's go get up, and trying to get his daughter to get up. I'm mad I forgot her name, but he was trying to get her to get up, and she was basically telling her it hurts and stuff like that. They really sunk their teeth into like every nook and cranny of this show. And Ellie, she had the clothing down pat. I mean, she had her attitude down pat. Some people were saying that she was a little bit too, like rude, I guess you could say. But that's how she was in the game. She I won't say she was rude, but she just didn't take no shit because she's a little girl growing up in an apocalyptic world. So of course you can only imagine what she's been through. And I like the fact that she still had the pocket knife, the infamous her infamous pocket knife, her weapon of choice when it comes to melee. Um, Marlene, the leader of the Fireflies, she looked just like in the video game. The wig looked a little funny, her wig it looked a little, but it's still that's how she looked in the actual game. Like they nailed that. Like I just liked it as a whole, man. The timeline, everything. I like going back to what I was saying. Like I think I first was like 2004 on Joe's birthday. Was it 2004, 2007? It was one of those years that basically they showed the timeline from that when it was his birthday, and then when the whole apocalyptic event happened, Afterwards, like the aftermath of it all, it was like 2023, and like just like in the game, they do the same thing in the game, and they show like where they at, like Boston and stuff like that. I just like the attention to detail. It's extreme attention to detail, and that's one of the main things that made it amazing. It was a real good start. So what I mean, to the series, and I just can't wait. I can't wait to for the second episode, and that's what they were supposed to do: grab the attention of everybody, and that's what they did. And I just hope it keeps it up from there. I know there may be dead episodes here and there. There's no such thing as a perfect series, especially when it comes to content like this, like the Last of Us. There will be some dead spots here and there for character development, what may have you. So I already know what time it is when it comes to that. But man, I ain't gonna lie, yo. Like it makes me want to look at the second episode, and the pacing right now is just right. I think the pacing is just right. It's a show for everybody, for the people that played the game, and for the people that didn't play the game. For the people that didn't play the game, it may shit. Who knows? It might make them want to play the game now. You know, and I'm all for it, man. All for it, and we'll see. We'll see what happens next, man. And for the my wrestling fans out there, y'all already know the vibes. Of course, this is still a wrestling channel, also, and you can catch us on tomorrow, 10 p.m. Eastern, 9 Central. Talk about the old fashioned wrestling as always, and that's it. Make sure you sub, like, and share. Make sure you check out my music everywhere. Illa All the Sandman. Don't be a twerp. All right?